We all know the great stories of last stands, right? Thermopylae and the Alamo. But some moments in history are so unbelievably defiant, they almost feel like a myth. Today, we're diving into one of those stories, an incredible account of 30 lions who stared down an entire army. Just look at these numbers for a second. On one side, you've got an invading army of 30,000 soldiers, and on the other, just 30 defenders. That is a 1,000 to 1 disadvantage. I mean, logically, this should have been over before it even started, but this story, well, it completely defies logic. So, to really get why this moment of defiance is so powerful, we have to understand the massive storm that was gathering on the horizon. We have to understand the threat that was coming for the city. Okay, let's set the scene. The year is 1764. So this isn't some ancient, far-off tale. This is a very real moment in time, where a huge clash of wills is about to go down in the heart of Punjab. And leading this invasion is a man named Ahmed Shah Abdali. He's a powerful conqueror, and he's not alone. He's got a massive, battle-hardened army with them. They aren't just marching, they are a tidal wave of destruction aimed right at Amritsar. And you have to understand, this wasn't just a battle for land or power. Oh no, Abdali's goal was total annihilation. He wanted to destroy Amritsar, a city sacred to the Sikhs, and basically wipe it off the face of the earth. The stakes here were literally cultural survival. So with this massive, destructive force on its way, you have to ask, who could possibly stand in its path? Well, the answer is as shocking as it is heroic. As Abdali's 30,000 soldiers approached the city, they were met by just 30 warriors. Yeah, you heard that right. Not an army, not even a regiment. Just a small, unbelievably determined group of men ready to make their stand. So to get their mindset, you really need to know who the Nihang Sikhs are. They are a legendary warrior order, a brotherhood, totally dedicated to their faith and their duty to defend the defenseless. Their whole philosophy teaches that death in a righteous cause isn't something to fear. It's a glorious thing. For them, fear just wasn't in the vocabulary. They were, and still are, true guardians. And the man leading this small band of brothers, he was a figure of immense respect and courage. Jatadar Baba Gurbaksh Singh. He was the rock, the anchor of their resolve, the person who was about to lead them straight into legend. And so the stage is set for a showdown that, on paper, should have been over in seconds. But what happened next had absolutely nothing to do with what made sense on paper. The historical accounts of what happened next don't describe the sound of men shouting. No, they describe it as the roar of 30 lions. It was a powerful declaration that even though they were outnumbered, their spirit was unmatched. They didn't wait, they didn't set up a defense, they attacked. Can you just imagine the sheer audacity? 30 men charging headfirst into a sea of 30,000. It was an act of pure, unfiltered defiance. This charge completely baffled Abdali's army. I mean, it broke their brains. Their shock is captured in this question they were reportedly asking each other. Why aren't these people afraid to die? They were seeing a type of courage that just didn't compute with the normal rules of war. Leading that charge was Baba Gurbaksh Singh himself, fighting with an almost supernatural fury. The stories say he took hundreds of wounds, but he just refused to go down, fighting until his very last breath. His leadership wasn't about giving orders, it was about showing them what it meant to fight for their cause. Now, inevitably, all 30 men fell in that battle. But what happens after the fighting is over? That's what turns this story from a tragedy into an immortal legacy. So they may have lost the battle in a technical sense, but their stand was absolutely not a defeat. It was a statement, a declaration that the will to resist, the spirit of a people, can't be crushed by sheer force. It was a profound moral victory. And their sacrifice was not forgotten. The story of the 30 Lions of Amritsar has echoed through history, becoming this powerful symbol of courage and a cornerstone of Sikh identity. It teaches a lesson that never gets old, that a small group united in their purpose can stand as tall as any mountain. And so, this incredible story really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? What is the true measure of strength? Is it about having the bigger army, or is it about the unbreakable resolve of the human spirit? The 30 Lions of Amritsar gave us their answer.